Check, check, check. Super check. All right. Check, check, check. Super check. Check, check. Two likes already. Hey, that's pretty good. Nobody's here. Wow, that's awesome. I love it. All right. Check. Excuse me. Check, check, double check. All right. I think I'm live. It's supposed to start at 10. Okay. Thought the date was wrong. It's not. Father Jack. Good evening to you, Father Jack in Ireland. You're the first one here. And thank you for the like. We got 8 people watching. And it is 10 a.m. West Coast time. So, let's see what's going on here. How are you, Father Jack? I'm doing good. I almost overslept for this thing. I thought it wouldn't be working, but I guess it is. Can you hear me okay, Father Jack? Can anyone hear me? There's 8 watching. Hit the like button. I know Father Jack already has. Thank you. I'm waiting on a few more people to show up. Man. Thank you for hitting like. Swami, you're number 2. Good here, 6 p.m. So it's dinner time in Ireland. News New England at the Heart Dock. Be there in 15 or 30 minutes. You're going to be here in 15, 30 minutes? Okay. News New England, I could use you. Did you get the invite? Yes. Oh, you haven't clicked it in yet, right? Or do I have to click you in? Backstage. That didn't put you backstage? Okay, I'll send you a link. I'm new to this. I mean, this portion of what it is. So you need a link to get in, right? To get backstage. Stop multitasking. All right. I'll put you in a link. I think you got it. Hi, Brian, says Father Jack. How do I stop multitasking? Okay, so you got a link just to show up in live chat. You didn't get a link to backstage, and you'll be in here in 15 to 30 minutes. All right. Some others should be coming in, I guess. But you can't come in yet, right? News New England. Brian. Wow. I got breaking news. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son got arrested for stabbing his neighbor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor is from New York. But I guess Kareem Abdul-Jabbar lives in California now. Or he's lived there for years, I do believe. News, New England coming out soon. Back on AFIB. I don't know what that is. I'm totally lost. This is new to me, guys. I think I did this once before, and it was a long time ago. It seems like. But I'm glad you're here trying to get people in. But you want me to stop multitasking. Okay. I think that's coming out soon. Back on. Oh, okay. Coming out soon. Okay. All right. I was hoping that link put you in the backstage, but apparently it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how to work this damn thing. Getting all the breaking news stories here that aren't applicable to me yet. I just showed you that one. But I'm getting others that I'm not interested in sharing because they're kind of boring. What else? 10 are watching. That's good. The gardener's mowing. I don't have anybody on panel yet. Brian will guide you how it works. Oh, good, Father Jack. That's awesome. He's a good guy. As far as I'm concerned, he's a good guy. The lawnmower. They're doing gardening out today. I guess Friday. Looks like it's going to rain. Let's see. So what else do we have? Father Jack, are you a Catholic priest in Ireland? I'm curious if you are. Doggone lawnmower right in my ear. Dang. How you doing, Swami? Good to see you. Did everybody leave? Stop talking? What's the deal? Can anyone hear me, for goodness sakes? Do I have to talk over the bloody lawnmower? Damn. Getting upset. Man. I can't think with that thing buzzing around my head. Father Jack. I'm no priest, but my avatar is a priest from the TV show Made in Ireland. Awesome. But you are a Catholic, right? like my father. He's no longer with us, my father. But he died a Catholic. And he was baptized as a baby Catholic. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying. Yes. All right. Bloody lawnmower, shut the F up. Drive me nuts. I hate this canatotic state. Damn. I wish it would vanish. Still in my head. I'm glad some people are not here watching my brain and head explode. Hadn't subsided yet. It's giving me a headache. Oh, man, you guys are lucky you don't have a freaking lawnmower buzzing in your head. Hoover Dam. It's crazy. I've got 12 minutes in now, right? Now, 12 minutes are in. Natalie So 7, welcome. Well, someone asked to mow the lawns. Not today on my freaking bloody panel. Yeesh. Hit my like button now, Lisa. I'm ticked off. Oh, man. What do you do to a headache? What do you get? I don't know if I should be taking any meds for a mowing lawn headache. Thank you for hitting the like button, Annalisa. Oh. Ibuprofen. Hello. Good morning, Pookie. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to the people on the East Coast. But you are diabetic, so Tylenol. I don't like taking ibuprofen. Does ibuprofen have sugar in it? Hello, Guido. How are you? I hope we don't have trolls against you guys. Hope they don't be doxing you. If I see it, they're gone. Natalie Soul 7, if you see any people attacking Pookie or Guido, get them out of here. They don't belong in here. Better not. Nope. I'll be looking. Natalie's gonna look too. So ibuprofen I've taken it before. It's got sugar in it. Tylenol. That sounds better than ibuprofen anyway. I think ibuprofen makes you poop, right? I don't know. I don't know what these meds do to you. No sugar in ibuprofen, but I know diabetics are supposed to take Tylenol. I'm not sure why. Gotcha. I don't know if we have Tylenol or not. I know my wife uses ibuprofen. She asks me if I need any. No, usually no. Mr. Turtle. Hello, what up? Just got back from Walmart. It's weird being there now. Why is it? You still have to wear a face mask inside Walmart. Ibuprofen is for inflammation and Tylenol is for headache. I don't have any inflammation. Inflammation in your body, you mean? I got that damn lawnmower gave me a headache. What's it like in Walmart? I haven't been there in ages. And you went to the Salem Walmart near my apartment building. I don't know how far it is. A mile? I don't know. Just drink water and you'll be fine. I'm drinking Diet 7-Up. Where did Brian go? He's not here. He was here, but he left. I think he said he's going to come back. Hopefully he does. I like Brian. Father Jack. Are face masks mandatory in the U.S.? When you're out in public? Mr. Chill, no, is not mandatory, but they do ask. But a lot of people are not wearing them. But I do is more easier to shop without those screaming kids. Send to be okay at Walmart. Pookie, add to reduce a fever. Tylenol is for that too. Gotcha. Oh, don't attack any of my guests that come on. Because El Sancho, I sent him a link. So no boycotting anybody. No, don't be dissing anybody in here, or that will be in here. Medical places, doctor places, hospitals. Yes, you wear them, Jack. Gotcha. Got it. I'm not going into the hospital. No dissing, just opinion. All right, well, don't be negative. Please. We're not here to be negative, guys. Just don't do it. Please. I think that, who is it? Yeah, it's Brian. Hello, News New England. How are you? What's happening, man?
How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing well. I got a headache from the lawnmower. Other than that, I'm fine. Did that link send you to the backstage?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Sent me right to the backstage. It worked perfectly. Yeah, I just saw him late there. I forgot that I had an appointment over here at my heart doctor, and so I just walked out of there. So I jumped on here so I could.
Did you send El Sancho a link?
I did. I sent El Sancho a link.
I also sent it.
He should have had it.
Huh?
He should have the link. I sent it to him. He replied with a link for me to check out, so I know he did receive it.
I also sent him a link just in case.
Yeah.
Don't send out any other links to anybody.
Nope.
Gotcha. Gregory
Joe Cool said he would. Joe Cool said he would come on if he was in between audits and so forth.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, no dissing Joe Cool, guys. Don't diss any of my guests or guests that are coming in. There's El Sancho. One of my dogs passed today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, El Sancho. Kind of rough day for me. Gregory Jones, don't mention El Sancho, please. I don't want to cause strife in here, man. It's Friday. I got a bloody headache. Other than that, I'm doing all right. Please don't diss anybody. I don't want anybody to diss anybody.
Yeah, the doctor told me I can't get excited. He says I'm back in AFib again, so I can't get too excited.
Out of it. Dude, you're pushing my limits. Gregor's camera's a mass destruction. He is?
Cameras, how you doing?
Is that who Gregory Jones is?
Nope, Cameras is he does audits. He does audits with Josh Abrams every now and then, Accountability for All. He is actually one of the mods on my channel. Cameras and I have had fights before, back and forth, and we're friends, just like Josh. And we have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I hate him, sometimes I love him. Like most
Well,
people,
I didn't send an invite to Josh, but he has multiple troll accounts. Gregory Jones does. All right, stop the bickering, man. How do you deal with that, Brian? You're a host on panels. How do you deal with
I,
all?
I have got good moderators, and my moderators are what takes care of my chat for me. And my
Uh,
moderators know what's allowed and what's not allowed. And if they're doing something that's not allowed, my moderators will kick their asses out. And I don't I pay attention to the chat, but I don't sit there and watch every minute of the chat like some of the guys do. You can't, because if you're really paying attention to your guests, you can't pay attention to the chat all that much.
that's
I know.
that's my problem. I do that.
Yeah, I know, and I used to do the same thing. Believe me. And then when I got people like Ozzy Roo, and Rusty Bed Springs, and Golden Eyes, and Peaches, and some of these others that are really top rate moderators, that really they know the game. They've been doing this for other people long enough. They know what they're doing. If you can get somebody like an Ozzy Roo or a Rusty Bed Springs, or even Cameras of Mass Destruction, but cameras, you have to kind of sometimes real cameras in every now and then. But um, yeah, you just gotta rely on your moderators, and if they're doing their job, you don't really have to pay attention to it. I'll look at it and scroll back sometimes to see what's going on, just so I make sure that the moderators are doing what I want them to do. That they're not timing people out, for needless reasons and so forth. And every now and then you might have a mod that's in a bad mood. Hell, once in a while I'm in a bad mood. I'll time
Yeah, I'm
people
in
out.
a bad mood because I have a headache.
Yeah, if I got a headache or somebody pissed me off that day or something, I might give somebody a timeout. I might not usually, but usually I try to be pretty fair to everybody.
Miss
Um,
Turtle says I won't hassle with you with your headache, Mike. Please try and have a good time with no stress. Positive mental attitude. I agree, Mr. Turtle. Hi, Mike. Hi, all. Hesperia News Service. El Sancho says, enjoy your show, Michael, with the heart. Thank you. I enjoy Brian's show. He's doing a good job, man.
we do our best. I mean, some people say we should be going after people more, but we El Sancho does. He does a Sunday night show. That's the time that it's hard hitting type of of interviews. If need be, I'll start doing a night where I'll do hard hitting interviews. But you can't have every night where a guest comes on, and you just jump right into a shit immediately. You guys have got to feel like they're welcome to come into your show, that they're welcome to come in and spend some time. Otherwise than that, people are going to get the word that you shouldn't go to your panel, and that's not what you want. You want everybody to feel comfortable on your panel.
I agree, Brian.
Yeah. Because you're not gonna make everybody happy all the time anyway. No matter what you do, there's one side or the other that you pissed off, and as long as I've got one side angry, then I figure I've done my job. If both sides are happy, then I'm pandering too much.
El Sancho, would you like to come on panel? You do have the link to get backstage, and I can get you on.
Yeah, I'm not watching your chat. If I do, I have to go basically, and then I lose the. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, yeah. El Sancho enjoys. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Sancho does a good job on Sunday. He does a good hard hitting show on Sunday. Hopefully, he's continuing with that. And if I need to, I'll start doing one if people want to see more hard hitting, you know, types of interviews, and I'll probably do a show in the midweek or something. Or if not, then I'll get someone else to do a show. But we're an entertainment. We're not a news. We're not a news show. We're an entertainment show, and we're and people who don't like Josh have to admit he's a great entertainer. And
I have Josh on before.
yeah, he's a great entertainer. He's a nice guy if you're dealing with him just on a one-to-one personal level. I don't agree with a lot of his auditing styles. He doesn't agree with a lot of my auditing styles. There's no book for auditing. There's no book says this is how you audit. So you do what you think is right. And if the people don't like what you're doing, they won't sub. If you change and they decide that they don't like what you're doing, they'll unsub. You only know if you're doing the right thing by your subs, not by one individual that screams and hollers because they don't like what you did yesterday. You know what I mean?
You can't please everyone, Brian, as Father Jack says to you, and I agree. You can't please everybody.
I watch. I go and
please come on panel, man. You have a link.
I go and I watch the Michael Malloy show because that's kind of the standard. That's one of the best shows that's out there and so forth. So I'll come and I'll watch Michael and I'll pick up some of the clues.
You're awesome, Brian. I don't care what anyone says about you. You're awesome.
And, you're before I started doing panels, Mike, I'm serious. I watched your panels. I watched other people's panels. I like the way that the way you do things. I like the way you're not an attack style, interviewer. People come here, they're comfortable. And that's what I wanted to have my panel the same way. People come to my panel, I wanted them to be comfortable. I wanted to feel like that. That's why Joe Cool came to my panel last night, because Joe knows that I'm not going to get him on there and I'm not going to start right in on him, giving him shit. Joe knows he can come into my panel, he can relax, and we can entertain people. And we can get information out. We got a lot of information out of Joe yesterday. We had one guy on there that just starting to do First Amendment audits. And Joe Cool, if anytime that you can get First Amendment, advice from Joe Cool, my God, take it, and listen to it. And they exchange information. That's what we're all about. We're entertaining, but if we can get two people together like Joe Cool and him together and hook up, so where we can turn another person into a good auditor, I'm happy. That's what we're there to do. We're not there to, when I have Sancho do his Sancho Sunday, he's there to do interview, and he'll ask the tough questions. If I do one in the middle of the week, then I'll ask those tough questions. But I want the people coming on, the panel people coming on, I want them to know when they come on, that's the night that the questions aren't going to be, there's going to be no softballs. It's going to be all hardball. But no, it's fun. I come on Joe. I come on, Michael Malloy show. I go on, other people panel shows and so forth. And, it's a learning thing. There's no real big shows that we can look at, that do like what we do, that we can go. So we're kind of plowing our way through, learning as we go.
You're a good dude, man. You got good mods there.
Yep, I love my mods. I love all my subs. Anybody that's sub to my channel knows that I appreciate them. And without them, without those subscribers, I'm nothing without subscribers. You're nothing. You're nothing. Everybody's nothing without subscribers. So they're the ones that we're here for, not nobody else. And my mods, I love my mods. They are what makes me, the ability to be able to pay attention to the people on my panel, not constantly watching that chat. And Ozzy Rule, Rusty Spring, and those others, if anybody can get any of them on for mods, they're great. Just I hope don't try to steal them away from me on my hour.
Del Rey, well, now I'm left out. I'll be back with the sock. Is everybody with sock accounts? I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. Anyway. So, how come El Sancho's not coming on?
I don't know. I gave him the...
You gave him the link. I gave him the link, too. So.
Oh, you gave him the link, too? Yeah, he's got the link. I don't know. Maybe he's busy. Is he the one that told you his dog died?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty hard on him. I apologize, El Sancho, about your dog. Hello, Genesis. How are you? She's laughing her tail off. He's probably rolling some. Never mind. Laugh. Oh,
My God, Gregory Jones. Gregory Jones. It seems like you're gonna pee every time I turn around. All right, I'll give you a minute. Go do your pee and come back. Hurry up.
it's
All right, we'll give
great,
you a minute.
Gregory Jones, to see a see it. They see a snert. He
Yeah,
has one. He has one subscriber.
yeah, he likes to come on panels and steer things up. Not in a bad way to get people talking, get people going. So he'll come in.
Oh,
My
yeah.
name's Bucket Boy 401. He just come in and try to get people talking and so forth. He's not a bad guy. Some
So,
people tell you he's a bad guy.
so,
He's
so
not.
you would delete him, right?
No, I would. I don't delete people. I mean, they basically really have to be attacking my guests. If they attack me, I don't care. I mean, I got thick skin. You know, if they want to attack me, that's fine. If they go after my subscribers or if they go after my panelists, you know, too negatively, oh damn straight, I will hit that button. But you usually got to do something really to get
Tony
me
the
up
Tyrant
there.
Hunter Hernandez. Hello. Someone's knocking. And it is El Sancho. Hello, El Sancho.
Hey, I didn't want you to think I stood you up, Michael. You know I love you. I just had a rough morning.
I'm sorry about your dog.
Hey, thank you.
I got a headache, and your dog died, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, just for the interest of fairness, I love dogs more than humans. And she was 10 and a half Shih Tzu, rescued her from euthanization line, and, came home getting ready for hop on with you guys, and she was deceased, and it sucks. Life sucks, that's all.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Sandra.
But I didn't want you to think, Malloy, that I was like standing you up or anything. I would never do that to my boy.
Hey, you're fine, buddy. How old was your dog, man?
So we think she was 10 or 11. She was a Shih Tzu. Awesome dog, perfection.
Lawyer's office.
Oh,
Okay, so I don't know the address. Buckle up, buckle up.
so
Don't mind me, Mike. I'm driving down the road now. I'm trying to
all right.
set my phone up
Are
where
you
it
safe?
can at least hear me.
Oh, you have your child with you.
Yeah, my little girl's with me.
You going to Burger King?
Say hi, Rian.
Get me a cheese Whopper.
Now we're just pulling out of the doctor's office. Like I said, they just told me evidently my accident knocked me my heart back into AFib. And
Hi.
Hey, Mike, they have Arby's in Maine. They have Arby's. Have you ever been to Arby's before?
Yeah, we have a couple in Salem. I think it's not Salem, Mass. In Salem, Oregon. I think we
Yeah,
have.
I went there to get normal food, and they're all about roast beef over there at Arby's, huh?
Yep.
yeah,
You can't
Arby's
get
is good.
I don't think you can get a burger there.
Yeah,
I was the one guy who asked for one.
they make
You
good
ask
steak
for a burger
sandwiches.
at Arby's.
Yeah,
You
when
make
you're
a
a
good
fat
steak
kid and you go to a fast food place, you're used to French fries and a burger, but they had roast beef. I'm like, what the hell is this?
We're going back to 30.
Wow.
Moody's.
But it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't like they say it is. I wasn't a fan of Arby's.
Yeah, the only thing about Arby's is all beef and it's it's broiled, not fried. So it's got I don't care much.
Enjoy your Arby's, Brian.
Oh no, I enjoy my wife's cooking. My wife's an amazing cook. That's why I'm so freaking fat. She loves to cook and I love to eat. We're a hell of a team.
Hello, Jelly Duck 100. Arby's sucks, says Jelly Duck. I don't think it sucks. I like Arby's.
I don't eat enough at Arby's enough to figure it out.
I eat a lot of fast food. What can I say?
You see, like when I travel, like the one thing I look forward to is the fast food places because I'm a fat kid. And like when I went to North Carolina, I was super excited about Bojangles. Bojangles isn't what it's cracked up to be either.
Is that a barbecue place or what?
No, it's kind of like a chicken place, like a KFC, like a Popeyes is, but it's, they didn't even have coleslaw when I got there. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to be going into another appointment I've got soon. But hey, I wanted to say to everybody that Sancho has started a channel, and any of my supporters, any of my people from my channel, go to Sancho and sub to his channel. He's probably going to be putting on some stuff that we won't be having on our
There you
show.
go.
And
Good El Sancho, guys.
I hope it continues on our show, but he's got his own channel going, and I hope his supporters will go. Our supporters will go over there and sub, and let's start watching and see what he does. I think he's going to do good things.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm ready to make a turn into my other appointment. So thank you for having me on, Michael. Like I say, I love you. I love you people over there. It's great to be on over there. It's great to have everybody, be able to listen to what we got to say over here in the West Coast, out in the East Coast. So I hope to see you back on the channel soon. And
are you going to come back later on or no?
I'll try to, yeah. And any of your people that are up late at night, 11 o'clock is when our shows start. And we'll go till 11 o'clock the Eastern Standard Time. So that's, I don't know, 3-4 hours difference on your time. That's why we have it 11.
3 hour difference.
Yeah. So give you a chance to come on.
You're talking about 11 at night you go every night?
I know, pretty much every night. Depends. I mean, if I can't go on, Sancho has been coming on, and I'm hoping to have a couple others that are going to start doing shows and so forth. We're going to start trying to have different content, not just from one individual, but other individuals, so that we can kind of mix things up a little bit. No matter what you do, there's people who want different content, and that's what we're going to try to at least put some of that, more content out there. So.
Gregory.
Okay, well, thank you much, guys. I'm trying to find a parking spot.
Gregory.
I'm in a rental car right now because they totaled out my car. Well, they didn't total it out, but it's being fixed right now. So I'm in a rental car without my plate. So I'm a normal individual today, trying to find a normal parking spot. And my wife is freaking. And my wife is freaking out with my parallel parking because she always thinks I'm going to hit the person.
I'm trying to.
Burger King.
Great Burger King. Gregory Jones said the day I subscribed to El Sancho is the day El Sancho shows his face. If El Sancho removes the avatar and shows his face, I'll subscribe to El Sancho.
That sounds like a Josh challenge.
That sounds like what?
The only people who give a shit about my identity are groupies of Josh.
Well, El Sancho is on my channel, and I've sold El Sancho since the beginning. Showing his face to me is not as important as knowing what he's about and knowing, what he stands for. And you don't have to know Sancho very long before you know what he stands for and so forth. So yeah, would I like to see his face? Sure, but is it necessary? I don't think so. There's a lot of people on here that want to keep their personal lives personal. I'm just one, and Michael's just one that we don't have enough of a personal life to bother with. So we put our faces out there.
Some people have a face for radio, and some people don't.
Yeah, I have a face. I have a face for. I have a face. Oh, forget it. I butchered.
I have a face for standing in the intersection with a hat. Saying they have any spare change. That's
all I require to be on a panel is you have to have a microphone. That's all I require. You do not have to show your face. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Just have a good, decent microphone.
Now, if you're running for president, I want to see your face. If you're running to be on my panel, I don't give a damn. Would I like to know who you are? Yeah, it's not required. There are other things to worry about than to worry about what somebody looks like or recognize who they are, or that's
Hello, Big Tim Hill, USA.
Okay, I'm going into my appointment. Good seeing
All
you,
right,
Sancho. Good
talk.
seeing you, Michael. I may jump back on later if I have time. All right, take
Sounds
care.
good. God
Love
bless
you
you,
over there in the West
Ryan.
Coast. Thanks.
From
Bye-bye.
bye. God bless you, man. Love your show. News New England. Check him out, guys, if you haven't already. All right. Can we have an update on El Sancho State he lives in? Little information can't hurt anyone. He does not say.
It's crazy how much of a grown man is obsessed with another grown man's appearance. Is that a little creepy to you, Michael?
Is Gregory Jones, is he Josh?
I think so. Because there's only a few people mentioning my identity, and 48 hours ago, everything was perfect. We were karaokeing, and no one cared about my identity when we were karaokeing, but I kind of exposed. I think I did the right thing, and I stood up for morals and integrity, and essentially used someone's words against them, and I guess I'm enthralled in a war now. That's why I uploaded my first video, because I didn't think Brian would want it on his channel. And so I'm kind of doing my own thing now.
Gregory Jones says Josh is too busy to be in here. Laugh out loud.
Josh has been on this show multiple times, including and telling me to come on multiple times. So,
Josh
it
has
is
been
what
on
it is.
before.
Multiple times. Everyone's been on your show. One's too busy. Nobody's too busy for your show. My dog just passed 2 hours ago, and here I am on her like I told you I'll try. Yeah, I didn't want to hold you up and it'll be dead air. I'm waiting for someone else to jump on so I can jump off. I'm just trying to. I didn't want to keep you hanging because I know you want to talk to me. I'm not going to be a dickhead and
I'm not going to ask you your location or show your face. All I need you to do is use your microphone and talk. That's all I need.
Well, I think we should judge people on what they say and not their appearance. I think it's 2020. It doesn't matter what anybody looks like. You judge them on what they say and their character and their integrity. And I'm big on that. I'm big on character and integrity. And I'm the kind of person, if you lie to me, I don't like that, and that's a deal for me. And, I give people fresh slates, and I got a lot of hate for doing that. And I was accused of being in bed with that person. And, when I was doing your show the other day, I was getting blown up by him saying that I'm talking bad about him on your show, which we both confirmed didn't happen. And it's just a never-ending roller coaster. And it's just, you got to get to a point where enough's enough,
Yep. Let's see. Rusty Bedspring, hello.
Yeah. So to change the subject, two of the best Facebook commenters ever are Rusty Bedspring and Aussie Roo. And I don't know if those people are male or female. They have profile pictures up. And honestly, I couldn't give two shits what they look like. They're very entertaining and intelligent. In every chat room I've seen those two in. And that's what I judge them on is their, what they present,
Let's see. Oh, Gregory Jones says Rusty Bedspring is a racist. Gregory Jones also says Waziru is good people. Man, I just hate the accusations.
Yeah, the racist thing. That's what happens when, because if you follow that person's comments forever, it's always pro Josh. And he said multiple times he's got multiple troll accounts, and so does Cameras of Mass Destruction. There's a cancerous group out there that
has one subscriber.
when when you do karaoke with someone, everybody loves you. But when you hold them accountable for the words they say, it's a problem. It's a giant problem. And, like Sancho gives a shit. Sancho put a 20-minute video up that shows everything that was said. And, my heart goes out to the security guard that his life is a living hell right now because of this. And we're getting the 20,000 people viewing that video. And, race baiting is just as bad as being a racist, in my opinion. And, I looked into one video from a down the middle standpoint and didn't like what I found. And it's troubling to say the least. And it really makes the legitimate auditors out there look bad when someone's ruining that name and ruining that integrity. It's a lot like, one bad cop makes a lot of cops look bad. And one bad auditor, one bad auditor makes every auditor look bad. But you got to give people a chance, and you got to give people a rope and see if they hang themselves. And he got hung, unfortunately.
What is your link to your YouTube? Is it just
If you click my icon, which no one can do because I'm in chat and I can't chat, but it's difficult to look up. But if you click my icon when I get in your chat, which I'll jump in the chat once someone jumps in. I was only going to be on for 3 minutes, but Brian hopped off, so I don't want dead air. So, but if you look up, I just did a 20-minute video and pretty much showing everything. And I didn't think Brian wanted that on his channel anymore, so I'm doing my own thing on my own channel because of it.
Wow. Interesting. I mean, I don't like the negativity in my channel, but it just isn't cool, man.
Well, there's a difference between negativity and lies. I mean, last night.
I don't know if this person, I don't know if this person's a racist or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I really think
is a racist. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, Rusty was pro Josh for the longest time, and Rusty was in that live chat when the videos were played and the audios were played, and a lot of those subscribers thought it was the right thing to do to fix it and to fix your mistake and to correct your lie. And there's, instead of fixing and correcting, it's war instead. And I have no issue going to war with anybody, and it doesn't have to happen on anybody's channel but mine, I guess. That's the way I look at it. It's just, in my opinion, if somebody hops on your panel and lies and lies and lies and lies over a dozen times, it bullies and talks over you, you don't really want to be associated with someone like that. And that's how I personally feel. Here I am calling out these auditors that I don't like what they do. And I'm karaokeing with this person, and people are telling me, and they're telling Brian, listen, don't associate yourselves with them. And I kept saying, let me see for myself. And you heard the audio, you heard the video. I saw for myself. And all I was expecting was the video to be removed, was the thumbnail to be removed. And he made a deal that it would be removed once he spoke to management, which he never did. And now he's claiming he only will speak to management. He will only release the video if I identify myself, which it's just a never ending. My identity has nothing to do with, slandering a security guard and trying to incite a riot at a Black Lives Matter protest. And, you think about real world. You got to put yourself in this person's shoes. Put yourself in this business, both businesses' shoes. And right after an epidemic and how much money they lost, and you really want your company to be labeled as racist? I think that word is thrown around way too much now. And two companies were labeled racist before they were even aware of what happened, because I was the person to make them aware. And I just think that's shitty journalism. and there's really no room for that. And
Well,
you either have something to do with that or you don't. And I made the decision to not want anything to do with that. And if anybody wants to have him on and not care about the past and not worry about a couple of days ago and all the lies that have been said, it's just a waste of airtime. And I don't want anything to do with a waste of airtime.
well, Gregory Jones just said a few minutes ago, Rusty Bedspring may not be a racist, but if you're a El Sancho follower, you can't be sure. Oh my God!
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then here's another one. El Sancho must be ugly as F.
Then you go, the Rusty Bedstring is a piece of shit, fake flip flopper, no pussy. See, that's just hateful right now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like
That's
it.
what happens. When you don't rub Josh's testicles, this is what you get. And I was on your show the other day talking about how that night I was going to go after him. So he knew for 8 hours, 11 hours, I was going to call him out and ask for the video that he promised. And he didn't deliver. And instead of accountability, it's hate. It's war now. And, I grew up with accountability. If you did something wrong, you took ownership for it and said, like, you know what, guys, I fucked up. But when you're at 16, 17,000 views deep, the longer those videos remain and the longer the thumbnail remains, the longer this person's going to have a hit on their head. And of course, the club's going to remove him from the area because there's multiple protests happening in that area. And this person's being labeled on YouTube as a racist for saying nothing racial.
I didn't think it'd be this out of hand here. I mean,
honestly, I thought there was going to be accountability. I think if you call yourself accountable, you expect that same thing. If you hold everybody else but yourself accountable, it's like, whoa. Like, I literally hopped on there last night expecting the video to be presented that was promised, and that whole subject got changed. And in my opinion, you don't dedicate 4+ hours to talking about him showing up and providing evidence that he promised and then just ignore it and talk about doing karaoke next week. No, and there's a such thing as guilt by association. And for the past couple of weeks, Brian and I have been, fielding lots of hate because we have this person on. Because we have this person challenging people to boxing matches that never happened. And it's just old. It's regurgitated old. There's never going to be accountability. There's never going to be, my bad, I fucked up. It's always someone else's fault. And instead of there being a message of clarity of like, you know what, guys, I fucked up, got exposed, my bad, videos down, thumbnails down. I'm sorry to the Columbia Club. I'm sorry to Protection Plus. I'm sorry to Robert. None of that. And instead now it's you show your face and then I'll provide the video. It's like, what are we, 13 years old?
You don't have to show your face here.
Well, he's on video for about 20 minutes talking about, I'm going in there tomorrow and I'm going to do this video. Tomorrow was 3 days ago. And I simply asked for the video, and now I have to show my face in order for the video to be remained. I can't wait till they sue the shit out of him for defamation of character and slander. And then he's going to realize, you know what, Sancho was right. I should have took that video down. I should have took that thumbnail down. But until that happens, he's not going to learn his lesson. And the people that allow him on their panel and enable him makes it worse. It makes it look like it's okay to hop on the News New England and lie to the poor guy 26 times in 2 weeks. And I don't
hello, Judy. Something I was going to ask you. I forgot what I was going to ask you now. It'll come to me, hopefully.
But like you see, like that other auditor that we don't discuss, we can't say her name. I gave her a shot. I gave her multiple chances. And every chance I got, when I try to hold her accountable and, ask for video proof of something, I get blocked. And it's a lot of these auditors are very sensitive, too sensitive, in my opinion. And if they get questioned, it's a war. It's like, wait a minute, you question authority, you question public officials, but we can't question the public footage you put out for the public to see, but the public can't question anything without it being considered a war?
Wow.
Is that healthy? And I mean, I think it's very healthy to hold everybody accountable.
So would you consider yourself
Homeless right now?
would you consider yourself auditing the auditors?
No, I mean, listen, like Sunday, I was already in the plan of doing a whole nother topic like Sunday about like the predator or the poachers. And Sunday on my channel, I'm probably going to do a predator the poachers video and interview some people from that group and interview and get both sides and see what the public thinks about the predator poachers and luring predators from the internet. So it's going to be a lot of entertainment factor more than anything. And, you know, the interviews, you know, like the News Now interview was over an hour plus long. You know, I did that, you know, to help his channel and to help get his channel up and everything like that. So, you know, not everyone I interview you're going to like, but I hope you walk away from it at least entertained.
Let's see. First Amendment bro. That's for government, not my living room here. Believe it or not. This is the Michael Malloy show. It doesn't say anything about amendments or anything. That's how I roll. If I get hateful people in here, I just don't like it. But I can't get along with everybody.
Well, that was you know, I didn't want to come on because I knew there was going to be a little hate on your channel. And I know that's not fair to you. I'm glad there's only one troll doing it, but he's not stopping doing it. But, you know.
If you were running the channel, would you time him out?
Well, it really depends if you warn them. I mean, you have a Nightbot warning them, and you yourself have warned them multiple times, and there's still unfounded attacks. I mean, you know, calling people racist because I praise them speaks volume on the character of that individual. You know, and you know, calling someone a bitch and all that stuff because he won't identify himself. You know who it is saying it. I'm not a censorship fan. Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody's a racist nowadays. It's 2020, right? Everybody. It's the word we use to try to, you know, hurt someone or try to think you're better than them. Listen, I couldn't give two shits about how many subscribers anybody has. That does not make you who you are as an individual. If you're honest, if you're intelligent, if you're loving, and if you're caring, and if you're accountable and you're trustworthy, that's what makes you as a human being. Not your subscribers. It's like for clout, like you got no subscribers, you're irrelevant. What are we doing? Is this high school?
Now he's asking you, are you Spanish?
It's like literally saying, it's literally saying, oh, well, you have nicer shoes than me. You don't matter.
I mean, can we sort of change gears, change the subject? Spanish. Does he sound Spanish? Natalie says, thank you, Natalie.
I will put a bow on it. The same people who absolutely loved me, who had no issues with me 48 hours ago, now have issues with me because I exposed someone who doesn't have any accountability. And that's why there's all these negatives being flown my way, because someone got called out. Someone got called out. Listen, am I going to apologize for playing back somebody's voice and holding that person for what they said accountable? I'm not. You know, I was looking out for the person behind the scenes to try to get this person to not get his channel shut down, and he didn't care. You know, he spread his own narrative to anybody out there, and he hopes and pray that you just drink the Kool-Aid and you don't question him. Once you start questioning him, then you're a problem. And I'm a problem because I started to question. But he's okay to walk around the jails and do audits and question and hold people accountable. But when that camera is turned the other way, it's war. That's not a healthy individual.
Gregory Jones just said Sancho's avatar is racist. Why are we
Gregory Jones is a troll
around here?
Damn. Gregory Jones is nothing but a Josh troll. And don't let him take over your show. You can change the subject to whatever you want. I got a few more minutes.
You got what?
I got a few more minutes to hop on. But you can change the subject to whatever you want. Like you name the subject, I'll try to show some intelligence. No problem.
By the way, your avatar is not racist. I agree with Natalie So7. Genesis laughing. I'm laughing at myself for having this person keep attacking you and attacking you and attacking you. It sucks. Stop attacking people, man.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same person who was on Brian's stream last night saying my wife is Caitlyn Jenner, and Brian let that go, let that post happen, and I was a little disappointed in that. You know, trying to bash someone's wife because he said that he's a happily married man who doesn't give a shit about subscribers, but attacking someone's wife, you know, I think that's a little fucking low. But it's not my channel. It's Brian's channel. I have my own channel.
I think I saw that. I'm trying to defend you, Sancho. Seriously. I mean,
there's no defending somebody who's done nothing wrong, Brian. I mean,
no, Mike. I'm trying to de-escalate is what
there's no de-escalating trolls. Trolls are going to find something else to troll on. If it's not this subject, it's going to be the next subject. If it's not going to be that subject, that's the issue with feeding trolls. And that's a big thing that no one hosting a show can do is feed the trolls and read the trolls' questions off air on the air because you're feeding into the troll. Then the troll's saying, hey, I'm going to say something even stupider and have Michael Malloy read it on the air. It's a never-ending.
You're making a great point. I apologize to you, El Sancho.
That's what they want. They want you to repeat what's being said because I can't read it in the chat because I'm too busy focused on a conversation. So their way of getting to me is by getting you to read what's being said, even though it's hot verbal diarrhea.
Right. I apologize. Anyway.
You're still the man. I love you.
Hey, I love you too, man. I mean, you're the man. I love your avatar too, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome, kind sir.
I'm going to smoke some Afghani perps on the Michael Malloy show. Is that okay?
What's that now?
I'm going to smoke some Afghani perps on the Michael Malloy show. Is that okay?
There you go. Just keep your avatar up. Don't take it down, please.
I have multiple photos avatars, not just one.
Well, I like that one. I like that avatar. And it is not racist,
But if my identity was such a big deal, why did it take 2-3 weeks for it to be a big deal?
Who knows?
You know, something might have happened, you know? Are you still there, Michael?
Yep. Natalie says El Sancho sounds like a Jewish New Yorker.
New Yorker.
New Yorker.
New Yorker.
Are you from New York? Oh, never mind.
No, I'm not. I'm not from New York. No.
Okay. You didn't have to answer that question. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Listen, you know, identities aren't. I think a bigger deal is trying to ruin someone's livelihood more than someone's identity. And I'm not going to apologize for taking the stance of defending the voice for the voiceless and someone who doesn't have a YouTube channel of 40,000 people where they can go on there and say, hey, I'm not a racist. What the hell? And it's problematic when that happens. And, there needs to be somebody to take a stance. And, you hear what you hear. I'm the kind of person to give you a chance and to give you a fresh start. And I tried that. And you kind of seen the opening of it when I was on your show getting, harassed by him, that I was bashing him, when you and I both know I wasn't. And that was the prelude to that night.
Yeah. Now Lisa says it's not a bad thing to be to be Jewish and from New York. I'm just trying to figure out the accent. Everybody needs to smoke weed, says Father Jack from Ireland.
Afghani Perps I'm smoking right now. It's got a
Is that like
it's got a 17% THC.
There you
That
go.
was another thing. I'm gonna do a big weed stream and talk about the marijuana laws in the States and get some people high as hell on the panel. That'll be kind of fun.
Well, it's legal in the state of Oregon, but it is illegal by the feds. It's legal in Oregon, but illegal by the feds.
Well, that's how it is everywhere, isn't it?
What?
That's how it is everywhere. Like the feds still despise it. I mean, let's face it, marijuana is a money-making tool, just like, when you're on,
But they're not going to get small potatoes like my wife, for God's sake.
Well, weed is a moneymaker for the police. Weed is a moneymaker for them to make money. They've, state by state, they're starting to lose money because it's becoming legal and recreational and medical. They just look for something else to get you at, whether it's the seatbelt law. You got to wear a seatbelt, or you can't be on your phone. And there's always something for them to look at as an angle. I mean, I found it coincident that there's a lot of states that happen to have the marijuana pass, and then another bill came up. It's just another way to generate income as far as the, like the police is concerned.
Yep.
Have you ever smoked before?
Oh, yeah.
Are you an advocate of marijuana?
In Oregon, they had a vote. People got to vote to pass marijuana or not to pass marijuana. I voted to pass marijuana.
Yeah, I really don't think it's a gateway drug, to be blunt. I think that's a load of bullshit. I think there's a lot more things you could do that are a gateway drug. I think there's so many DUIs right now in this world that alcohol is very easily, even during the epidemic, alcohol was one of the only few things that were available for people. Beer, wine, liquor. This world is so much relying on alcohol. When you look at the pot dispensary shops that are open, drive by them. Drive by them. You'll see the giant crowds and the giant lines that are formed in there because of it.
Now Lisa says alcohol is way more dangerous.
110%. I mean, how many people have died because of alcohol compared to weed?
Oh.
How many people? I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen to me smoking weed is I'm going to eat too much and fall asleep, or do Sancho Sunday high at 1 a.m. like I've done a couple of weeks. There's no harm to it. Now, do you smoke from a pipe or from a blunt or from like an edible? Like, what is your preference?
Mine?
Yeah. Like, do you have one?
Well, my wife's doing edibles now. She used to bong. I used to bong with her a few times, not many. But I like the edibles myself.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into the edibles, but it takes. I'll tell you a funny story. I got a 300 milligram candy bar once. 300 milligrams. It's a lot of weed. It takes a lot to get me to feel it, unfortunately. And I was 100 milligrams in, nothing. 150 in, nothing. So I go, hey, let me just take the whole thing. So 300 milligrams. I'm like, I don't really feel anything. And then about 20 minutes later, I saw this storm coming, and that storm swept me away. And I woke up drooling, like it just swept me away. And I've learned my lesson to have a little bit more patience with the edibles.
Oh, sorry, I was typing something. No big deal.
And I think the cigarettes is another thing, like the cigarettes and the alcohol. You know, those two things are a hell of a lot worse than marijuana. Marijuana is a cancer treatment drug. You know, I mean, RSO can shrink the tumors. You know, the cigarettes cause cancer, but cigarettes everyone is okay with. But marijuana is a gateway drug. Like, come on, really?
That's
If you drink alcohol, it's a gateway to run someone over. You know, it's a gateway to get crazy emotional and make mistakes. I mean, you know, I don't really mess with alcohol as much because I just like marijuana so much better, you know? Plus the hangover effects you get when you get too drunk and all that, you know?
I think my sister-in-law got some booze in here yesterday or something, I think.
Now, is that what you meant last night when you were doing a shot and a prayer? Is that what that was? Like a shot?
No, that's my wife does. Me and my wife do that every night. I get
Is it a shot of what?
Shot of insulin.
Oh, you made it sound like it was a shot of whiskey and a prayer.
Well,
I was going to implement that in my lifestyle.
That's not what I meant.
I might do that tonight. Have a shot of whiskey and then I'll pray.
So you can do shot and prayer then?
Well, because of you, I will. Because I thought that's what you meant when you said shot and a prayer. I was like, that's pretty cool.
A shot of alcohol? No.
Yeah. I'm going to slur in my prayer, but who cares?
There you go. Prayer works, man. I think you were brought up Catholic. Am I right or wrong?
It's interesting. I mean, today is a difficult time to talk about that with what just happened with death. But prayer is.
What I'm asking.
No, I didn't go to Catholic. No.
Were you baptized as a baby Catholic?
I got baptized a couple years ago.
As a Catholic?
Before I got married, I got baptized like 10 years ago because the priest wanted me baptized, and so I got baptized. Was that a Catholic priest? Yes.
I knew it. Wait,
no. It was. I think it was a Protestant. Protestant, is that the word I'm thinking about? Protestant.
It's Catholic.
Atheist. Protestant.
I think it's Catholic, guys.
Now, do I go to church every Sunday? No.
Okay.
Is that? I mean, I don't go to church.
I don't. Go to church.
But am I super religious? Like, do I read a Bible and pray every night? No. Should I pray more often? Maybe. Should I have a closer relationship with a higher power? Probably. But it really depends on the situation and what you're going through during your, life at the time, right?
Now Lisa says he sounds like Michael Savage. Who the bloody flip is Michael Savage?
Oh fuck! She figured me out, mother. How did she figure me out?
She did. Hey, that Lisa's one of my smartest mods.
Yeah, definitely. I have a local radio. I have a national radio show, the Savage Hour, and damn it, she figured it out.
There you go, man. You are a radio star.
Damn it.
I only have a face for radio.
Where do we go from here now that I've been figured out?
We could find out where Michael Savage is from. Savage Nation Radio Show. Come on. You are older than me and don't know. I know he's a conservative.
Follow me on, there's a YouTube, Savage Nation. Listen to 23 states across the country right now. Damn it. I feel exposed right now, Michael Malloy. I don't know what to do.
He's Michael Savage, man. We finally found out was the identity.
I'm
And
naked and
Michael
afraid,
Savage,
I feel like.
Miguel Savage is a Hispanic name, by the way. Miguel Savage. So there you go.
I don't know how she figured it out. Damn it.
She's smart, man. No, she says, I wish he was Michael Savage. She likes
Oh,
Michael.
yeah.
Savage.
Yeah. I wish I was too. Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
You wish he had his money, right?
Uh-huh.
He's probably well off.
I can't afford a webcam, but I am Michael Savage.
Miguel's. I miss Paul Harvey. So do I, Keith Gregory. Paul Harvey.
No, I didn't go through Catechism Be Soul. I tried to. It was horrendous. I don't think the church I got baptized in was a Catholic church. I think it was a Protestant church.
Oh.
It was like 10 years ago, and I'm smoking a blunt, so I'm not going to be as accurate as you need me to be.
Oh, wow.
Gregory Jones is still on. When we changed subjects 10 minutes ago, and this troll is still dangling on that same subject. Move on, brother.
I'm ignoring that person.
Which is the best thing to do, is ignore.
Yep.
But if he like pollutes your chat with bullshit, then that's another story.
Right. I used to listen to Savage Nation at work, and everyone hated me for it.
Well, hey, I'm going to be liked and I'm going to be not liked. Sorry.
Well, I like Michael Savage. I don't listen to him because there's a Mike Malloy show, which is a liberal, and I don't like his radio show.
Well, the big thing with Sancho is Sancho doesn't get political. Sancho avoids political discussions like the plague because it never ends well. It absolutely never ends well when you touch on politics.
Uh-huh. Well,
It doesn't.
I'm not asking you any politics things.
No, Michael Savage is a very political person, I believe.
So is Mike Malloy. I think Michael Savage is a Trump supporter, I do believe.
My opinion on the politics is if you are a good person and you treat everybody the same and you have no hate in your heart and you treat animals respectfully, I'm good with you. And you have integrity and honesty, I'm good with you. Absolutely good with you. I don't care if you're a Democrat, an independent, I don't give a shit.
I'm a Republican right now, but 2020, I'm not voting for anybody.
During that most recent election, there have been so many friends lost because of that. And life is just so short, and people, I don't know if you had anybody in your life, pretty much unfriend you and want nothing to do with you because of how you feel from a politics standpoint. But that has happened so much over the past couple of years. There's been so much of a divide that it's just pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you can't swim, why do you jump in deep waters? You just avoid them. And that's what I'm doing with politics. I just avoid those deep waters. And there's 6 million other things to talk about in politics,
Right. I'm not voting in 2020, so I'm washing my hands of it all.
Well, voting definitely gives you a chance to voice your opinion, which is very American-like. The ability to get your word out there, whether it's whoever you support. A lot of, there's always a go out and vote campaign because your voice does matter. And I'll be honest with you, you need to vote because it's very depressing when you see all these poll results in these local cities and how low they are. And a lot of politicians and people said with these protests. You know, if you want change, go out and vote. That's where we get these people removed and get the snakes, you know, chopped off from their head, is by going out and vote. You know, in Georgia, there was that big press conference by Killer Mike, and he was prefacing, stressing it. You know, make a difference. If everybody who went to these protesters vote, I think there'd be a lot more change out there.
Well, I'm sick of the politics. I just don't want to vote. Sick of. I've got a friend that calls me that's a big supporter of Democrat. I tell him, man, I don't even want to talk about it, man. My wife's a Democrat. I'm still registered Republican, but I'm not gonna register at all. And
I get into heated fights over sports teams. I leave politics alone. You know, I
I
get
don't
I
like
get I get passionate and heated about my favorite football team. You know, I stay away from passion heatable topics if I can avoid them.
Who's your favorite football team? NFL.
I'm a Bills fan, believe it or not. Buffalo Bills. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan. We've been through 4 Super Bowls, and this year we're going to take the East now that Brady's gone. And I really think this team has a lot of potential this year to go past the wild card in the playoffs. And I'm very much a dedicated Bills fan. But I'm also fans of other teams and other sports. But when it comes to football, I despise anybody who has an AFC and an NFC team. I despise it. I think it ruins the loyalty and the fanhood of it all. And, I kind of have the attitude that, the fantasy of the football is another one of those drugs that once you get into fantasy football, you're hooked completely. And it's very profitable. I know a lot of places are now passing it in the books and which is smart because the sports books generate a lot of money every Sunday.
I'm a big Raiders fan. Yeah. Silver and black attack.
Yeah, so what happened with Antonio Brown with you guys?
What?
I said, what happened with Antonio Brown with you guys? You had him on your team for a cup of coffee, and then he kind
They
of...
kicked him out. I don't know, man. There must be something to it. They're going to be playing in Las Vegas. When does NFL start this year now?
Great question. It's been multiple times. It's been pushed back multiple times because of the COVID. So we're hoping September like usual, but everything's on hold.
Las Vegas Raiders now, yes. New stadium, brand spanking new. The Rams and Chargers get a brand new spanking.
I love Gruden. I love Chucky. Chucky's a great coach. He's a great
Awesome.
Monday Night Football analyst, and when he traded Khalil, when the whole Khalil Mack thing happened, that was bad. But look what they got draft stock wise from Khalil Mack. They got a lot from him, but they had to suck for a year to get that stuff.
Uh-huh. Yep. Hello, NJ
Yeah,
Diver.
I'm surprised my son.
Come on panel.
Come
NJ
on panel so I can hop off.
NJ Diver.
So what happened to Joe Cool?
Hop off. Huh?
So there was Joe Cool and that other individual who was on the live feed last night. You emailed him the link. What happened to him?
Joe Cool and who else did I do?
There was the guy in the strobe lights who said he wanted to hop on today and be on the show with all the fancy strobe. I wasn't on. I was listening. I kind of things were getting too heated for me, so I jumped off.
Right. I don't remember, but I'm gonna give.
I think it's Trippy Isaac or something like that. Trip Isaac, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't show up. Let's see. I'm gonna put NJ Diver up. So it's not like I've wasted air.
Well, that's why I'm staying on, so there's no dead air, and I don't want you talking to yourself, because if you do that, you're gonna start reading the chat. That may go one way or go another way.
Yeah, it's gonna screw me up. Exactly. I'll be reading all the negative content, and I don't want to do that.
How long have you been a Raiders fan for?
Just before they moved to Los Angeles, well, I was an Oakland Raiders fan, and then when they moved to Los Angeles, I was hooked because I was raised in Los Angeles. Okay, I sent NJ Diver a link, so you should be coming up shortly. Love to have him on.
Yeah, they have the black hole in Oakland. I don't know if you've got your face painted and your horns on yet, but that's
all that. I saw it. I've been to one game up in Oakland, and I did get to the AFC Championship when they played the Seattle Seahawks, and the Raiders won that game. I had end zone seats for not that expensive, but I paid like $90 for an end zone seat at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. That's spendy. And I saw an Oakland Raider game up there.
It's expensive, man. I've been to a couple of baseball games, and it's like $3 for a 20-ounce soda. It's like, come on now, like, what are we doing? Like they rake you to the ground with vending and food and drinks. Of course, you're gonna drink and eat something because you're there for 4 hours watching a freaking game, right?
Yep. All right. We do have NJ Diver.
I will hop off in a few. I don't want them thinking I'm hopping off because they're on, so I'll be on for a few more minutes, then I'll kindly bow out.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay, an ice cold audit. I'd like to have you on my panel, buddy, if you can make it.
Yeah, a couple people in Brian's chat last night were talking about ice cold audits and how good of an audit he is and stuff, of an auditor. So, props to him.
He's a good guy.
You got to be a good guy in this line of work. You kind of got to.
He also has Ozzy Rue as a mod.
Brian does too. Yeah, she's a mod in a couple places. She's
good. She's good.
I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. She's awesome. She's very entertaining in the chat. Keeps people entertained, and just in case we're boring as hell on the panel, I can rely on Aussie or like Rusty or someone like that to kind of entertain the chat. That's always a good thing. Now, what's more important than you, Michael? And I'm going to have you both answer this. When it comes to First Amendment auditors, what's more important? Is it the auditing work they do, or is it the individual they are, like behind the camera, is it the person they are? Can you like someone who is a shitty human being but does auditing?
Okay, take CCW. I don't like it. I'll tell you that right now. And then I also don't like Coachella Valley Cop Watch. I don't like those two guys. Just saying.
I got 3 words for you.
What's
behavior,
that?
Behavior.
Yeah, I think behavior is a big judgment on, do I want to continue to follow this person on how they act?
And it's not just behind the camera, it's when the camera's off.
Exactly. That's how I feel. You kind of have to look at what this person's character is, morals. How do they treat people?
What about the editing that they do as well?
That's what I mean by the camera off. And also, their past is one thing, but recidivism is another. I know people that I admire because, yes, when they were young, they made mistakes. They paid the price, and they've changed their lives since. And there are other people that have made mistakes and made mistakes and made mistakes ad nauseum.
Right.
But
Okay, let's see what we got. Hold on.
Mikey,
Hey, Ice Cold Audit. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I had a headache, but it's gone. And I didn't have to take
Good.
any pills or anything to get rid of
You're
it.
welcome, Michael. You're welcome.
Hey, Sancho, NJ Diver, how you guys doing?
What's up?
Good afternoon.
Hope you guys are good.
Yep.
All right, Brian. I wanted to hold on the fort. Now I'm gonna hop off and go back to crying like a baby, like I was prior to hopping on.
Okay, I got 30 minutes left for you two guys. Can you hang for 30 minutes?
Yes,
Guys?
sir.
Cool.
I got all day. My wife's down with her parents, taking up and taking care of my father-in-law.
Oh wow. There you go.
I'm home alone.
Wow.
Yeah, so it turned out to be good yesterday, Mike.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was all right. Started doing the march after.
Cool. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So it was peaceful. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Nobody got arrested, right?
Nah, there was no cops involved or nothing, so that was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the sheriff left you alone and the LAPD left you alone, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Thank God.
Yep. So I'm glad this happened the way it happened, getting the panelists on and not waiting and me talking for a whole 2 hours. It's great to have you guys on here.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure.
Uh, love you, bro. Love you too, NJ Diver.
Love you too.
Right on. Right on. So
Yeah, no problem.
uh let's see what I like El Sancho too. I'm glad he was on here.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yeah.
You know, I finally got a bill number for that other piece of legislation the feds are going to deal with.
Really? Is it going to go through? Is it going to go through?
Oh, I don't know. It's in committee right now. It's let's see, what's their title on this? Justice and Policing Act of 2020.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I had a wrench, I could post all the URLs for it, fact sheet included. And there's also another bill to amend the revised statutes to remove the defense of qualified immunity in the case of any action under sections 1979 and for other purposes. Basically, getting rid of qualified immunity. That's another bill.
Getting rid of qualified immunity.
Yeah, well, SCOTUS may be dealing with that before the politicians do. And I doubt that individual bill. I doubt our commander in chief would sign it anyway.
Uh, how you doing, Ice Cold?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just reading this manual that I got for this project I'm doing.
Are you going out tonight to audit or no?
Maybe. Not sure yet. But most likely I might. Yeah.
If you do, I'll be watching like I did last night.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. I like all the panels that I've had on today
Hmm.
so far. It's been good.
That's a good thing. You don't want no negativity going on in the chat.
Nope. But it happens.
Yeah. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yep. Never know.
That's why I always try to keep it positive at times, but there's always one rotten apple.
Only one? There's millions of them.
Yeah, that's true, but
There's
there's always
billions
one
of
rotten apple in the
apples.
group.
Yeah, there's billions of apples and there's millions of bad ones.
Hmm.
Yep. That's for sure. I'm El Sancho. I'm sorry about your dog. His dog died. That's, I'll pray for you.
Oh, sorry about that, Sancho.
Oh, hello, Trippy Isaac Gay. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How's everyone doing in here?
Good, good. Thank you.
I'm doing fantastic now that
Surviving.
It's good, guys. Sorry I'm late. I know you don't have a lot of time. You're ending the stream soon, but I thought I'd hop in for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll stay to the end if you can. Can you?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. I'm just gonna put headphones in because
Doing what?
what's going on here. So.
Hello, Michael from No Regular on the Scambait channels.
He's gonna put his headphones on.
Auditing, so just checking your channel out, and it's just audits. There's no scam baiting, flip, Bruce. I remember you as well. So,
All right.
everything's
Oh,
cool.
Beach is on.
So
Beach is on.
I saw that Sancho asked a question and then he left. He asked, do you pay? I don't know the exact question. If somebody could repeat it, it was do you pay attention to the person behind the camera or the auditing? I don't know if that's the exact question, but
Hello, Beach.
I did want to answer that question. Did everyone answer that question in here?
I didn't catch it.
Somewhat on mine. Go ahead and tell me your thoughts, Trippy.
Well, for me, I watch a lot of auditors, and I said last night on Brian's panel that Against Press has to be one of my favorite auditors. But I watch Accountability for All. I watch News Now Patrick. I watch all these guys have not they're not the best. They don't have the best. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't have the best track record, I guess you could say. If somebody if I started doing audits, with maybe let's say Josh or News Now Patrick, I might get shit for it. You know what I mean? But for me, as long as I can watch your audit, and I can like what I'm seeing. That's why I love Against Press so much, because he's very respectful and stuff like that. As long as you're not really screaming at the cops, unless you deserve to be screaming at them, I don't really care who you are as a person. I'll watch your content. That's the way I see it.
There are asshats. There are frauditors, there are auditards, turds, excuse me, as has been phrased. And it's basically, like I said earlier, which you probably missed it, it's behavior, behavior, behavior. If you're there to record, record. Don't be part of the story.
Right. Yeah, there's auditors who go out and they purposely try to entice a reaction so that or they won't even go film the cops. They'll go to like a public building and pretty much harass, I guess you could say, um, the employees there so that they call the cops just to get that whole just to make a video. You know what I mean? So I don't really agree with that, but how do you guys feel about auditing, like in general, like going to audit public buildings and stuff, or do you think it should just be cop watching, or how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I do both. I do auditing and cop watching.
Ice cold audit. Have you ever done a post office or no?
Yeah, I did several of them.
What'd you think of that?
They're okay, but I don't really like the post office because on the fact that for one, they already know the law. They already know how everything goes, and two, it just how can I put it? Basically, they're already up to date, so it's just a waste of time to be going to the post office.
I agree with you. I've never done a post office.
To that, I'll just make a comment. So I watch audits, like people going into post offices and stuff, and they're entertaining videos. But you said you do audits like that. Do you think that anything comes of that? Like, I would think that somebody's doing the audits to inform the employees, like, hey, we can come in here, we can film. You're misinformed about the law. Do you think at the end of the day, even like the whole situation where if the cops come and explain to them and they don't try to violate your rights or anything, do you think at the end of the day that they're actually learning something?
The question
Honestly,
I have, excuse me, but the question I have is,
go ahead.
especially the post office, they have that wonderful poster 7 in pretty much 100% of their post offices. Have you ever read that entire first sentence to its end, from the first word to the period?
Have I? No, I have not. No, I don't film, like I've never done an audit before. I don't like film or anything, but I do know what you're talking about. Poster 7, I do.
It's the
Sometimes
second.
it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, no, it's the second half of what it says on the poster and what it says in the Code of Federal Regulations that deals specifically with post offices that they have written that people just don't seem to want to pay attention to. I mean, what is it about? Oops, let me just get it up here so I don't misquote it.
Hello, Sarah with no H. I got it in.
Except where prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. What part of that do people not understand?
Oh, wait, repeat that again.
Yeah, I figured that was coming. I'll read the whole thing. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. In other words, when they tell you to stop, you're obligated to stop. That's what that second half of that sentence means.
Yeah, that's for the like doing commercials and stuff
No,
like
no, no,
that.
no, no, no,
That doesn't
no.
mean that doesn't
What
apply to us.
the first four words: photographs for news purposes.
We're not,
No, sir. No H. I got that in.
but
And
I
if you
understand what
really
you're
want
saying
to
though.
come
But
down to it, anybody that takes their YouTube channel and monetizes it is now a commercial operation.
exactly.
And if you're not, then okay, I'm a news person. Okay, but the second half of that sentence says, except where prohibited by.
Sometimes those postal workers don't read that part.
So that
Basically, that means they tell you to stop, you're legally obligated to stop. Because any employee is an authorized employee of the post office. They're authorized personnel.
And see, you're not prohibited.
Up until that point, no. If they don't say anything, you can continue on. And the other side of it is, there are other things under disorderly conduct, and I'm sure there are other ordinances in some towns that say if you're disturbing the peace or if you're interrupting a business.
So back to my my original question. Do you I don't know. I know ice cold audits, you said that you're obviously you do audits in like post offices and stuff like that and cop watches. I don't know about New Jersey does that say diver? Do you think that doing audits like in post offices and not even just post offices, like maybe from a sidewalk just filming a building, you know what I mean? Do you think that's um helping anything? Because sure, at the end of the day, the cops will come and say, "Hey, they're allowed to be here." Sure, they just learned something, but do you think at the end of the day that they're actually learning something? Like, do you think it's do you think it's worth doing that?
At times, yeah. Because sometimes, I mean, there's people that actually forget what they do during the day. They have that, I wouldn't call it disease, but um, some people gotta record everything they do because they don't remember what they did the day before and stuff like that. So at least they gotta excuse that and respect their right to be doing what they're doing because they don't know if that person is sick or they just like photography. But I think sometimes they do learn because on the fact that maybe they didn't know about that they're able to film in there, but sometimes they don't, so because they just don't care.
Right. So like so like an example, like cops will come and they'll explain to the employees, hey, they can be here or whatever, and a lot of times the employees will like I don't know if you guys watch SGV News, which who I watch. I love his content, but like he
Yeah,
goes and he does a lot of that stuff. He'll film like just like buildings late at night and stuff like that. And
yeah,
sure, the cops come and tell them and say, hey, they can be here. But at the end of the day, the employees are just probably gonna walk away and say, fuck this guy, and probably if it were to happen again tomorrow, probably do the exact same thing tomorrow, whether it's physically assault them or call the cops or you know what I mean?
yeah. um I think they do learn, but it could be a different person at that time whenever another auditor or whoever it is, if they go again, it might be a different person or a different shift, um that is not being told, okay, well, they come, just ignore them because they could, as long as they don't trespass, then good. But it depends on the shift, I believe, and
Hmm.
but yeah, I think like regular businesses, I think they do learn, but like stores, well, not every store, but like other businesses like that, like the post office and stuff. Yeah, I think they do.
So you think it's beneficial to do audits of like buildings and post offices, not just cop watch. You think it's also, do you think it's making a change doing stuff like that?
I believe, yeah, I believe it does.
Okay. I just wanted somebody else's opinion. I would agree with you, by the way.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, of the 6 court decisions that we've had at the Circuit Court of Appeals level, which is, for those of you who don't know, one step below the Supreme Court, of those 6 decisions that have been made, only one is the result of an auditor. That's Philip versus Turner in the Fifth Circuit down Texas, Louisiana way. All the others were photographers or real journalists that were accosted by police because they were filming something the police didn't want them to see, or others that were doing an audit on a federal building or doing just basic filming in the street. It had really very little to do with this genre of auditing, cop watching, cop logging. And there is a case, I don't know if it's been accepted yet. I haven't talked to the individual in quite a while, out of Iowa that may go to that circuit's, that may be hopefully accepted by that circuit because he's appealing his ruling in his district, federal district.
Well, I won't do a inside job on a post office. I wouldn't do it. That's just my opinion. I would be on the public sidewalk, following the mail trucks going in and out. All I'd be doing.
I would like to do that more than going inside of the post office. I agree with Mike on that one.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot safer, especially if you're on a public sidewalk.
Yeah.
And you guys are aware of the Supreme Court decision. The name went right out of my head. U.S. versus Grace, where basically someone was leafleting on the grounds of the Supreme Court. And they ruled that their own protocols for doing that were unconstitutional because it included the perimeter sidewalk. They ruled that the perimeter sidewalk is a traditional public forum, and therefore leafleting and any other First Amendment activity is permitted. On their part of the plaza and their interior sidewalks, it still is not permitted. And I don't know if you're aware of it or not, there's at least 2 towns that I'm aware of that have passed resolution and or ordinance that pretty much says the same thing on all their municipal properties. Now, granted, that's the only 2 I've been able to find, and I'm not going to look at every bloody municipality in the United States. Hell, I got over 540 something here in New Jersey alone. But what I'm saying is, if this continues and people abuse it too much, that's the reaction you're going to get. The one town declared all of their properties non-public forum in certain areas, designated public forums in others, and there's one other category I can't quite recall, but none of their public properties are traditional public forums because of an auditor. And the other town that did it, that was in Florida. And the other town in Kansas, that was caused by the Fourth Estate, but it still was the same result.
I only have 6 minutes left, guys.
So what do you consider a public forum or none? Like if like say for example Walmart, supposedly that's a privately owned business, but yeah, there's people going in there. How can that be? I mean, I understand how it's private, but
Yeah, that's not even considered any kind of public forum. It's private property. The parking lot is private property. Any interior sidewalks are private property. Now, the sidewalks on the exterior next to a public road,
mhm.
that's public. If it's a driveway coming in for their trucks to come in, that's probably private property, even if it has a sidewalk. Similar to US versus Grace. The perimeter sidewalks of the Supreme Court have streets next to them. And they have declared this system of public forums in their previous cases in the last 100 or so years that they've been dealing with it. They have a forum analysis that they have set up to determine exactly what that forum is. And if it doesn't fall under traditional public forums, your First Amendment rights can be somewhat curtailed.
Cause see, I done a Walmart over here by where I live, and I know exactly what you're saying. I understand all that, and I know it's private. Um, but I was just standing there recording, you know, testing them out as a
If they want to allow it, they can allow it. It's
um
their decision. It's the manager, it's the store manager, it's their decision because they're in charge. If some
right.
lower person comes up to you, some, cashier or something, or a clerk comes up to you and tells you to stop, just say to them, "Can I talk to your manager, please?" And the manager's going to be making the decision on private property.
Yeah, because I challenged him. Well, Mike already knows how I am, but I did challenge him, and when they called the cops, they got there and they told him, yeah, it was private and this and this and that. And I challenged the cop as well. And that city don't like me. They they just don't like me. And I
It's
told
not a
them,
matter of liking, it's a matter of where you're standing.
yeah, I was standing next to the door. I ain't gonna
And
lie,
it's
I was
private
standing,
property.
yeah. And I told the cops that, and they just turned around and told him, well, he could be here, he could do anything he wants as long as he's not inside of the store.
Which is incorrect. They are in charge of the sidewalk in front of their um, premise
Are
if
you
it
are you
is
talking
on
about
private
Walmart?
property. If you're on a
Are you,
public street, it's a little different.
are
They
you
have.
talking about Walmart?
I'm
Yeah,
talking any store.
Oh,
Joe Blow's hot dogs doesn't matter.
well, I know Walmart can kick you off.
Any business can kick you off for any reason. If they don't like your looks, they can tell you to leave.
Oh
You,
yeah, I mean
you mean
they
when you're in
you
the
you
store,
said
or
Doesn't matter if you're on their property and their
oh yeah,
property extends out onto the sidewalk up until a certain point.
uh-huh.
Now, if there's their parking lot in front of that sidewalk, yeah, it's their sidewalk completely. You walk through the parking lot out to a perimeter sidewalk, you're fine. That's a traditional public forum as long as it abuts a public street.
but it depends if if but it also depends. That I mean, the way I see it, it depends because I agree with you on that and disagree on that because they could kick you out. Yeah, you're right. They could.
None that could. They could trespass you as well.
Yeah, that too. But it depends on their policies or rules or whatnot, and
It
also if it
depends on the management's basically mood at the time. If that store manager says you got to leave, you got to leave.
Yep. Otherwise, you can get trespassed.
The next step is a trespass warning by the police officer when he shows up. If you
And if
leave
you
right away, then that's the end of it. If you
But if you
refuse
don't,
to,
they'll
then they
arrest you.
can
They
trespass
will.
you. If you then refuse after that, then it's defiant trespass in my state, and you can be arrested.
Right.
Yeah.
I got all that.
Each state's a little different in the steps that have to be taken before the arrest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna loiter in front of a gas station so I can get a gas station hot dog and film it. I don't care. Anyways. But we gotta leave, guys. We gotta leave on that note. God bless you all. Thank you all for coming.
Thank
And
you, Mike.
Sky, thanks for that invitation of the gas station hot dog. And if I get arrested for eating a damn bloody gas station hot dog, that's on.
Mike, as long as it's not gas station pizza, that's got a whole different meaning.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I'd rather
Gas
have a
station
gas
pizza's
station
pretty good.
hot dog anytime.
That
No
may
gas,
have a different meaning too. I'm not sure.
no gas station pizza. It's been great. You guys could come on Monday if you'd like.
All right.
Have you? You don't have to go home, but you can't stay there. Have a good weekend, all. Marvella said that. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
Always a pleasure.
All right, Trippy, Isaac, and NJ Diver. You guys have a good weekend.
Yeah,
Good
I
to see you.
remember.
Take care.
Yeah, just
DJ
remember, reality bites.
Yeah, I know.
Isaac, hey, thanks for coming on. You're welcome to come on anytime. Glad to have you guys. It was
Thank you,
interesting.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Trippy Isaac. Thank you, DJ Jiver. And thank you, Ice Cold. God bless you, all of you guys. And I appreciate El
Thank you,
Sandro
Mike.
and also News New England came. So they're more than welcome to come on as well. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
You too.
Thanks.